This morning, growing backlash over President Biden's energy agenda as it grants a license to Chevron to pump oil in Venezuela, easing sanctions on the communist country over human rights violations. The White House insisting, quote, this action is not being taken in response to energy prices. This is a limited license, as we have said in the past. And this is about the regime taking the steps needed to support the restoration of democracy in Venezuela. Former White House economic advisor Stephen Moore is here to react. Stephen, great to see you this morning. What is your reaction to the United States granting this license to Chevron in Venezuela?
Hey, Will, great to be with you. When I saw this story that was first reported by the Wall Street Journal, I literally, Will, almost fell out of my chair reading this headline that says we're going to allow, Chevron to do drilling in Venezuela. This is the same administration, Will, that won't allow us to do drilling here in the United States, not in Texas, not in Oklahoma, not in Alaska, not in West Virginia, but we can pump oil from Venezuela. It makes absolutely no sense. It's put America last energy policy. And by the way, as you know, Will, when Trump left office, and I helped Trump on energy policy, our whole policy was to make America totally energy independent, so we wouldn't have to rely on countries like Venezuela and Iran and Russia. And so somebody explain this one to me, because it makes no sense.
Well, to the point of becoming reliant on unfriendly regimes for energy, I do want to ask you about this. We were just talking about it at the top of the show. What do you make of the European Union? Yeah, what do you make of the European Union? It's an anonymous, high-level senior diplomat saying to Politico that they're unhappy with the oil and gas prices that America is shipping to Europe. What are we supposed to make of this?
Well, first of all, we should be, when Trump was president, we were exporting huge amounts of natural gas to the Western European and the Northern European countries. And it made a big difference, both in terms of an economic pact between the two continents, but also in terms of our national security, so that these countries were not dependent. As you were talking about earlier on the show, it doesn't make any sense that these countries have now become totally dependent on countries like Russia, which are, in this case, an enemy of the peace in Europe. Now, we could easily be providing all of the energy that these countries need if we were drilling here at home. Will, it's very simple. The United States has more oil, gas, and coal than virtually any other country in the world. By the way, we also have, Will, don't forget the cleanest coal, the cleanest oil and gas in the world. So if you're worried about the environment, why would you want to get oil and gas from Venezuela, which has some of the dirtiest energy, and not from the United States? So we have to become the energy powerhouse that we were. We have the capability of doing it. Think about the hundreds of thousands of jobs we would be creating. We estimated that we were adopting the Trump policy, we would be producing about $150 billion, $150 billion more oil and gas here at home. Think of what that would mean for our trade deficit, reducing it. Think of what it would mean for employment, and think about what it would mean for the growth of our economy. So none of this makes any sense from an environmental, national security, or an economic security standpoint.
So let me see if I can add up exactly what you're saying. So under the previous policies and living up to our capabilities, we could, A, not import oil from Venezuela. We could, B, have cheap oil and gas here at home for American citizens. And we could be able to export gas, C, to Europe for lower prices. But instead, we've got the opposite of all three of those. High prices at home, high prices in Europe, and having to drill in Venezuela.
Well, that's a pretty good summary. And I would just add one thing. Let's remember this little factoid. When Trump left office, $2.50 a gallon for gas, now $4. And diesel, by the way, which is used for all the trucking in this country, diesel is now $6. Well, it was at less than $3 when Trump left office. So these policies are what are causing what I call a pain at the pump for American consumers.
Oh, apparently also for Europeans and everyone across the globe as well.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Stephen, great to talk to you this morning. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.